If they're going to play what we're doing.
Hello, pause! Oh, it's too loud. Is that too loud? Hello, welcome to the theatre. I suppose you ought to know that. Well, before we begin this nonsense, you must listen to a few rules. Listen up, are you ready? First, I need you to locate the emergency exits nearest you. Got it? That is good. Oh, and now those telephones, those pesky little things, you better silence them, and I want no photography at all. Do you hear me, men? If I hear any of the sort, we'll be off with your head! Oh, yes, and welcome to Wonderland.
All in the golden afternoon.
Full leisurely they glide.
For both their oars, with little skill, by little arms are plied.
While little hands make vain pretense, their wanderings to guide.
Ah, cruel three!
In such an hour, beneath such dreamy weather, to beg a tale of breath too weak to stir the tiniest feather.
But what can one poor voice avail against three tongues together?
Imperious Prima flashes forth her edict.
To begin it,
In gentler tones, Secunda hopes.
There will be nonsense in it.
while Tertia interrupts not more than once a minute.
Anon, with sudden silence won, in fancy they pursue.
The dream child, moving through a land of wonders wild and new, and friendly chat with bird or beast, and half believe it true.
Thus grew the tale of Wonderland.
Thus, slowly,
One by one.
Its quaint events were hammered out.
And to their tale we come.
Alice!
By a bank.
In a great armchair,
Alice sat, daydreaming.
playing with her kitten,
Minded by her sister,
waiting for something
to happen.
nothing to do. Nothing to do. Nothing to do. What's the use of a book with no pictures? Let's pretend.
Oh dear!
Let's pretend that you're the Red Queen,
I shall be late!
and I shall be White Queen. A rabbit with a waistcoat? Play your part, my dear, or I'll put you through the looking glass. Curiouser and curiouser. There's a world that you can see that's just beyond the glass. A world just like ours, only things go the other way. I've never before seen a rabbit with a waistcoat, pocket, or watch to take out of it.
Burning with curiosity, Alice ran across the field after it.
Just in time to see it pop down a large rabbit hole. Let's pretend there's a way of getting through.
As she passed through, she never once considered how in the world she was to get out again. Where are you going? Look up! Sit nicely and don't fidget so!
I'm sorry, ma'am.
Ma'am! Do I look like your nanny? You will address me as Your Majesty.
I beg your pardon, Your Majesty, but I seem to have lost my way.
Well, I don't know what you mean by your way. All the ways about here belong to me. But why did you come out here at all? Can't see why you're thinking of what to say. It saves time.
I'm sorry, I'm sure, Your Majesty, but I've always wanted to see what the garden was like.
Oh, that's all right. Although, when you say garden, I could show you gardens in comparison with which this would be a wilderness.
I thought I'd try and find my way to the top of that hill.
Now, when you say hill, I could show you hills compared with which that would be a valley. Oh,
But I can't. See, a hill can't be a valley. That would be nonsense.
well, you may call it nonsense if you like, but I've seen nonsense compared with which this would be as sensible as a dictionary.
The world here is so strange. It's marked out like a large chessboard. It seems this world is a great game of chess. Oh, what fun it is. How I wish I was one of them. I wouldn't mind being a pawn if only I might join, though I prefer to be queen best, begging your pardon.
That's easily managed. All you need to do is cross from this, the second square, to the very end, the 8th square. And when you get to the 8th square, you shall receive your crown and become a queen.
Oh, Your Majesty, how wonderful!
Of course it's wonderful. Don't simply state the obvious. If you wish to become a queen, you must begin your journey by leaving the obvious behind. It's not worthy of one seeking a title.
I beg your pardon, ma'am, but how am I to begin?
At the beginning, of course, and then go on till you reach the end and then stop. Although you are simply a pawn, you'll make some progress at the beginning. You'll move 2 squares on your first move and find yourself in the 3rd and 4th square in no time. You make no remark.
I didn't know I had to make one just then.
You should have said.
It's extremely kind of you to tell me all of this.
Well, be on your way. If you make it to the 8th square, we shall be queens together, and it's all feasting and fun. Pawns! That's all nothing, and I'll be not.
Do you need any help?
No, we're good.
Okay, well, I'm here if you need anything.
Thanks.
Where are we going?
On an adventure.
Do you understand how unprepared we are for an adventure?
What do you mean?
We've never been here before. This place isn't in any of our books. We don't have any maps. We're just going to get lost.
Well, if you get lost, I'll rescue you.
We just have so much to learn.
But how are we going to learn if we don't keep going?
All right, but I'm the leader.
Okay.
Are you going to
leave me behind. Hello? Are you ignoring me?
Of course we're not ignoring you, but you have to keep up.
Oh, I don't think I can do this. I'm hurt and it's just too far away.
Oh, don't you worry. We won't leave you behind.
Doesn't this worry you?
No. What do you mean?
This is a big deal. How are we supposed to make it?
With our wits and our fighting spirit.
Yeah, his wits will be a big help.
No, but his fighting spirit might prove useful later.
Oh, I'll just slow you down. My ankle's too hurt.
Maybe you can just stop faking the limp. We have to keep going. You're taking too long.
We can't do this. Okay? We aren't good enough.
I'm sorry. We didn't mean to make you cry. Was this a bad idea?
Oh, well, sure. It's a terrible idea, but nothing bad has happened yet. Things can always go terribly wrong, but they can also get terribly better. Besides, shouldn't we give ourselves a chance before we give up hope?
Yes!
So, which way do we go? Oh,
This is absolutely not how we will make this decision.
hey, that's...
Does anyone actually know where we are going?
Of course. That way. Somewhere we haven't been before. Somewhere new.
To do what?
That's what we're trying to figure out.
That's not good enough. We need to know our purpose.
Our purpose is to work together, to find ourselves and our way.
That's nice and all. But do any of you actually know what that means?
We're going to find the crown.
And become queen. It's the only way out.
Who are you?
I know who I was when I got up this morning, but I have the sense I've changed into someone else several times since then.
Why is everything so wonderful, and yet scary at the same time?
We're trying to figure that out. Why us?
This is our story.
Will our kitty Dinah be okay?
Yes!
Who are you?
Curious.
Overwhelmed.
Realistic.
Kind.
Brave!
Scared.
Searching for answers. We are...
Alice.
At last, you found your way to me.
What?
I'm looking at any rate. You're very slow in coming.
Why do you sit out here all alone?
Why? Because there's nobody with me. Did you think I didn't know the answer to that?
I'm sorry. I didn't mean to offend you. It's just that everything here is so strange. Very unlike my own home, you know.
I do know. The question is, do you
You know what?
know why you are here, who you are, and what you intend to do next?
I thought I knew at the beginning. But I've been beside myself since then.
Indeed. You can't seem to keep in one piece for more than 2 seconds at a time. You're too much like my friend the egg. Whenever he's angry or lost, he sways about wildly, ready to break into a dozen pieces. Perhaps you need to find your feet.
But my feet are not lost. They're right here, at the end of my legs.
You know where they are, but you don't use them. When I jump from my perch here to the ground below, I land perfectly upright. Little one, you need cat-like balance if you're to find your way out of these woods.
Dinah jumps from the fireplace mantel to the floor all the time, and she never takes a tumble. Cat-like balance. Wish I could find a way out. Cheshire Cat, would you tell me, please, which way I ought to go from here?
That depends a great deal on where you want to go to.
I don't much care where.
Then it doesn't matter which way you go.
So long as I get somewhere.
Oh, you're sure to do that if you only walk long enough. In that direction lives a hatter. Oh, in that direction lives a March hare. Visit either you like, they're both mad.
But I don't want to go among mad people.
Oh, you can't help that. We're all mad here. I'm mad. You're mad.
How do you know I'm mad?
You must be. Or you wouldn't be here.
A dormouse was between them, fast asleep.
No room, no room!
There's plenty of room right there.
This is our table.
I didn't know it was. It's late for a drink any more than 3.
We shall see. Why is a raven like a writing desk?
We shall have some fun now. I can guess.
Do you mean that you think that you know what it is?
Exactly so.
Then you should say what you mean.
I do. At least I mean what I say. That's the same thing.
Not the same thing a bit.
You might as well say that I see what I eat is the exact same thing as I eat what I see.
You might as well say that I like what I get is the exact same thing as I get what I like.
You might as well say that I breathe when I sleep is the exact same thing as I sleep when I breathe.
It is the same thing for you.
So, have you guessed the riddle yet?
No. I give up. Why is a raven like a writing desk?
I haven't the slightest idea.
You might do something better with your tongue.
If you knew time as I do, you wouldn't waste
I
it.
don't know what you mean.
Of course you don't. I dare say you've never even spoken to Tom.
But I know how to beat time to music.
Ah, that explains a lot. He won't stand beating if you only play nice. He will do almost anything with the clock.
For instance, 1:30 could be as long as you like.
That would be very nice. Is that the way you managed?
Not I.
Not he. Oh, it was at the great concert.
Oh, given by the Queen of Hearts.
And he had to sing.
Oh, indeed, I'd love to hear you sing. Perhaps we could sing a duet.
Perhaps we might. Do you know the song, Twinkle, Twinkle, Little Bat, how I wonder where you're at? Do you know this song?
Not as you do.
Well, I'd hardly finished the first verse when the Queen jumps up and bellows, "He's murdering the time off with his head!"
How dreadfully savage.
And now time won't do a thing he says.
It's always 6 o'clock now.
Ding,
Oh,
ding,
oh,
ding,
oh,
ding,
oh,
ding,
oh,
ding,
oh.
ding,
go to the Queen and explain things. She would forgive me.
There's no time for that. No time!
I can't eat another bite. Oh, I'm stuffed.
We soon shall be. If the Red Queen catches us, our heads will adorn her battlements.
But you haven't eaten anything yet. All this time and I've not seen a single tea cake.
Well, seeing isn't always believing, nor is believing seeing. If you only believe what your eyes tell you, then what do they make of this?
Why, it's nothing but an ordinary tart.
Ordinary? Ordinary?
Her eyes only see what is ordinary. I baked them myself, and I put a little extraordinary in every single one.
Well, I think they're extraordinary. Why don't you see what's written on the bottom?
Eat me. Well, what else are you going to do with the tart?
Wrong! The real question is, what will the tart do to you?
Oh, take it with you. Eat it later and see what happens.
Here, take some more tea.
I got nothing against what can't take.
You mean you can't take less?
Very easy, taking more than nothing.
Nobody asked your opinion.
Who's making personal remarks now?
Let's watch a green cup.
Let's all move one place off.
Let's all move one place off.
Let's all move one place off. Let's all move one place off. Let's all move one place off. Let's all move one place off. Let's all move one place off. Let's all move one place off. Let's all move one place off. Let's all move one place off. Let's all move one place off.
That was the stupidest tea party I was ever at in my entire life. But I am still hungry. Perhaps this little tart will make up for it.
Twas brilliant.
And the slithy toes did gyre and gimble in the way.
All mimsy were the Beauregos.
And the mome rats.
Outgrade.
Beware the Jabberwock, my son.
The jaws that bite.
The laws that catch.
Beware the jub bird.
And shun the frumiest bandersnatch.
He took his vorpal sword in hand.
Long time the manxome foe he sought.
Beware the jump.
So, rested he by the tum-tum tree,
and stood a while in thought.
And as an uffish thought he stood,
The Jabberwock!
With eyes of flame,
came whimpering
Through the tulgey wood,
and burgled as it came.
The vorpal blade went!
He left it, dead,
And with its head he went
galumphing
back.
And hast thou slain the Jabberwock?
"Come to my arms, my Venus boy!
Oh, proud to stay! He chortled in his joy! 'Twas brillig,
and the slimy toes did guile and gimble in the rain.
All mincy were the Beauregals.
I want a girl just like the girl that's married dear old dad. She was a girl and the only girl that Daddy ever had. A good old-fashioned girl with heart so true, one who loved nobody else but you. I want a girl just like the girl that's married dear old dad.
Thank you, folks. Thank you so very much. All right. Let's get the show started.
Let's do some funny stuff.
Oh, what funny stuff?
I don't know, like tell a joke or something.
We don't have any jokes. All we do is just tell routine
Wait.
stories.
You're telling me we have no jokes?
That's right. As I was saying, we just don't have any.
You're right. We don't have jokes, but I have a joke.
You have a what?
I have a joke.
Where'd you get it?
I'll tell you my joke.
Where'd you get the joke?
I wrote it myself.
You wrote a joke?
Brand new.
Wrote it yourself?
Nobody's ever heard it before.
Is it funny?
It's clean.
Well, that's not what I asked.
I think so.
Well, it's brand new. Do you think the folks out here will like it?
I think so. It's a nautical story.
Well, how long will it take to tell it?
A couple of seconds. The only thing is you don't speak once the entire time. You might as well pull up a chair and sit down because you don't say nothing.
Well, I won't say anything as long as it's funny.
Yeah, now, remember, don't say nothing throughout this whole story. Because I do the whole thing myself, right?
Fine. Go ahead.
All right. Now, don't say another word.
As long as it's funny.
It's funny!
And it's brand new.
Yeah, would you please shush?
Okay, fine. Go ahead.
Once upon a time, there was a walrus and a
What
worker.
kind of worker?
You see, that's what I was talking about.
I just want to know
Keep your
how
mouth
working
shut.
it was.
Why would you ask me what kind of work?
I thought you would know. You're not telling a story. You should know. You're telling a story. I don't know.
What do you think I do? Work in a labor?
Maybe in the off season. I don't know.
Carpenter. Fine, he's a carpenter.
Okay, fine.
Now, please keep keep your mouth shut.
All right, go on.
Now, the walrus and the carpenter were sailing on the ocean.
What ocean? I think the folks would like to know where it took place.
Go ahead, pick any ocean. I don't care.
I just wanted to be specific.
Fine, the Pacific Ocean. So, the walrus and the carpenter were sailing on the Pacific Ocean on the ship.
What kind of ship? What kind of ship? Come on, you should know what kind of ship they were on.
I told you, you don't say nothing in the story. I do the whole thing by myself.
I was just asking because I just wanted to know what kind of ship.
You're opening your mouth! So please be quiet.
I only asked what kind of ship.
A ship, a plain everyday ship, a ship that swims in the water.
You mean a swim ship?
Yeah. Now the walrus and the carpenter were following the maps on the swim ship because... Who's ever heard of a swim ship?
I don't know. That is your story.
Would you please keep your mouth shut?
All right, fine.
You're getting me aggravated.
Hey, take it easy. Take it easy. It's okay. You got it. Go ahead.
Now the map was following the walrus and the carpenter.
What?
How you got me saying the map was following the walrus and the carpenter?
Hey, it's okay. The walrus and the carpenter.
They was looking at the map, trying to deliver oysters, when all of a sudden a storm comes in and capsizes the ship.
What?
Now when... a storm capsizes the ship. Now when...
Capsize.
A storm capsizes a ship.
Capsize, because you know what capsize means?
I don't put in big words in my stories if I don't know what they mean.
Well, tell me what it means.
Capsize.
Yes, capsize.
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 That's a big word.
Just tell me what it means.
It's a good one.
But just tell me what it means.
Capsize.
Capsize.
Story should have been over by now.
Oh, come on. Just tell me what it means. Get it over with.
Capsize.
Capsize.
Somebody record it?
Oh, all right, fine. Go on.
So the storm capsizes the ship, and the walrus and the carpenter wash up on an island. And they knew they would soon starve to death if they didn't get any food. And all of a sudden, a barrel of oysters washes up on the island. Now, how many oysters were in that barrel?
Who said that?
I did, so you wouldn't ask. So, the walrus says to the carpenter, go get some firewood so we can cook these oysters. And when he comes back, you'll never guess what he saw. Now he says something here, and I tell you the funny ending to my story.
Now, dumb. I know you're not going to come out here and run this intelligent crowd, this college-educated crowd. You're not going to come out and tell that old pun about how the carpenter comes back with the firewood and sees the walrus had eaten all the oysters. And then he asks the walrus, how can you be so shellfish? That's not what you want to tell, right? Now, I'm sorry, folks. I want to apologize. It couldn't be that joke because every little schoolboy knows that joke. Yeah, that's right. This one's brand new. No one's ever heard of it before. So I'm just going to go ahead and let him... Oh, Dom, come back, Dom. I want you to tell me the story. Oh, that's just them.
The peanut gallery.
The cheap seaters.
The groundlings.
The what?
Well, them as makes you and me, my dear.
If it weren't for them, we wouldn't exist. You neither.
What are you talking about?
Why, you're only a big player on the bill. You're a second rater.
If they didn't buy a ticket, you'd be singing for your supper on some corner.
There's no business like show business. And you'd be out of business without this business.
Go up, bang, like a busted ball in a foot.
I shouldn't! Besides, if I'm only part of the routine, then who are you?
Ladies and gentlemen, the Toledo Brothers!
Stop!
Listen, sister, you don't get it.
I was just hitting my stride.
All the English life don't mean nothing here. So, put on your tap shoes and put on a happy face. Hit it, Mac!
He's only real if they said you are. Am I right, folks? Am I right?
Now, if you'll please show me the way to the 8th square, I'll be off.
Asking usher for directions. We got a show to finish. Brother?
I want a girl just like the girl that's married, dear old dad.
I know they're talking nonsense. It's foolish to cry about it. The very idea that I exist in the applause of an imagined audience. Nonsense. Why, if I wasn't real, I couldn't cry about it. It's just, I don't much like being in someone else's story.
Hey. Hi. It's good to see you.
Knight to King 3. Aha! Check!
May I help you off with your helmet?
Now, one can breathe more easily. It was a glorious victory, wasn't it? I see you admiring my little box. It's an invention, my own. Now, I carry it to keep clothes, sandwiches in. I carry it upside down so that the rain can't get in.
Do you know the lid's open?
So it is. I didn't know it. And all the things must have fallen out. And the box is no use without them. Can you guess why I did that? When hopes and bees may take a nest to it, then I should get the honey. Yes, it's a very good beehive. One of the best kind. But not a single bee has come near it yet. Perhaps I should add a mousetrap. It seems the mice keep the bees out, or the bees keep the mice out. I don't know which.
Well, it isn't very likely that mice are the problem.
Not very likely, perhaps, but if they do come, I don't choose to have them running all about. You see, it's very important to be prepared for everything. That's why the horse has those anklets around its feet.
But what are they for?
Well, to guard against the bites of sharks. It's an invention, my own. Now, the order. We must continue on my quest. You see, the bishop and I are very close to cornering the Red King. I hope you've got your hair well fastened on.
Only in the usual way.
That's hardly enough. You see, the wind is so very strong here. The strongest soup.
when they've had practice.
I've had plenty of practice. Plenty.
Indeed.
Right. You're the great writing is to keep your bathroom. Oh, nonsense. None to speak of. The art of great writing is to keep your balance. Plenty. I'm a great hand at inventing things. Now I dare say you noticed me looking rather thoughtful earlier.
You were a little grave.
Well, just then I was thinking of a new way or inventing a new way of getting over a gate. Now, I also noticed you've been looking rather worried since we met. Why is that, child?
Well, I suppose I have been somewhat fretful as of late. I'm on this quest, you see, but I don't wish to worry about that right now. I'm happy just to stay here and help you.
I see. I know what I'll do. I'll dance for you. Get your mind off of things.
No.
I know a dance so beautiful it will bring tears to your eyes. Or else.
Or else what?
Or else. Well. The dance is called Halleck's Eyes.
That's a very interesting name for a dance.
That's what the dance is called. Its real name is Aged Man.
Thank you very much for the dance. I enjoyed it very much.
I hope so. Though you didn't cry as much as I thought you would. Well, I must be on my way, and so must you. You see, your quest awaits, as does mine, and a quest is not a thing to be ignored.
Excuse me, I believe you received a coin earlier. May I have it back, please? Thank you. Here. I want you to have this. Put it in your right shoe. It's for balance. It's to help you find your feet, like a cat. It's my own invention.
Be sure to attend to my beehive. You may find it has left you with some honey.
How lovely it is. How happy I am to find this. But am I the right one to wear this? Surely I'm not worthy of such responsibility. No, this crown can't be for my head. And I can't keep a crown that I can't wear.
We've done as the Red Queen asked. We've made the journey. We've proven who we are.
Here, you were better suited for this than I.
proclamation.
The Red Queen and the White Queen hereby on this day in May proclaim Alice to be a true and proper candidate for admission to the Society of Royals. Upon completion of today's trial, Alice shall hereby be known as Queen Alice, and all of Wonderland shall pay homage to her.
Silence! Silence! The child is not queen yet. You may go, but stand ready for my summons. Before you can become a queen, you must demonstrate a fulsome display of manners. I dare say you haven't had many lessons in manners yet.
Manners aren't taught in lessons. Lessons teach sums and things of that sort.
And you do addition. What's 1 and 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 1?
I don't know, I lost count.
She can't do addition.
And can you do division? Divide a loaf with a knife. What's the answer to that?
I suppose.
Bread and butter, of course. Try subtraction sum.
Take a bone from a dog. What remains?
Well, the bone shouldn't remain, of course, if I took it, and the dog wouldn't remain. He would come to bite me, and I'm sure I shouldn't remain.
Then you think nothing will remain?
I think that's the answer.
Wrong! As usual. The dog's temper would remain.
But I don't see how.
Why, look here. The dog would lose its temper, wouldn't it?
Perhaps it would.
Then, if the dog went away, its temper would remain.
This is all dreadful nonsense.
Do you know anything useful? For example, how is bread made?
I know that. You take some flour.
Where do you pick the flower? In a garden?
Or in a hedge?
Flour isn't picked at all, it's ground.
And how many acres of ground?
Really, dear, you mustn't leave out so many things. Do you know languages? What's French for fiddle-dee-dee?
Fiddle-dee-dee's not English.
Whoever said it was?
If you tell me what language fiddle-dee-dee is, I'll tell you the French for it.
Queens never make bargains.
I wish queens never asked questions.
Perhaps you'll make a better showing at croquet.
I love croquet.
This is Wonderland croquet. It will test your mettle.
Indeed, we shall see what you're made of. Pawns! Do try to keep up. The one with the lowest score, off with his head! Let the games begin! Who's got more?
Here, here! I go first! Second!
Go!
A boat.
Beneath a sunny sky.
Lingering onward dreamily.
In an evening of July.
Children breathe.
That nestle near.
Eager eye and willing ear.
Please, a simple tale to hear.
Long it is pale, that sunny sky.
Echoes fade.
And memories die.
Autumn frosts have slain July.
Still,
she haunts me.
Phantom wise.
Alice moving under skies.
Never seen by waking eyes.
Children, yet the tale to hear.
Eager eye and willing ear.
Loving me.
Shall nestle near.
In a wonderland they lie.
Dreaming as the days go by.
Dreaming as the summers die. Ever drifting down the stream.
Lingering.
In the golden gleam. Life.
What is it but a dream?